sorry, call Samuel for me. Why is he not here? Call Samuel. Why? Ask him that. Why is he not here? He's supposed to be here. Are we live now?
Yes.
We are live now. We are live now. Okay. So, you guys are welcome. I want to say a very big thank you to you all for coming yesterday for honoring God in my life. And I hope you know that whenever we share knowledge, we also gain knowledge. I learned a couple of things. Yesterday, and it's so mighty, it's so amazing, and trust me, you guys are so amazing. I think, like I said on my post on Instagram, this is the right time for this. The alignment with God's purpose for my life and everyone's life. I was present yesterday, and trust me, I'm glad that I got all those speakers that I got yesterday. It's really, really amazing and so sweet. Sorry, listen. Let me wait. That they should come and speak with us are mighty men. I'm sure if you really give attention, you will see that the two sessions yesterday is actually very powerful, except you do not give attention. Very, very, very powerful. Trust me, because you know, who could have thought that? Even me, I did not know that people are props. So that means that when I ask two people to stand this way, then the bride that they did, then they are backing the camera facing the bride, then the bride's face is showing. That means they are my props. I don't know. We were watching one movie last night when we were relaxing and trying to review our feedback of yesterday. And we were watching a particular movie. I think you were the one that said, these people that are passing by, they are props. Do you remember in one movie that we were watching yesterday? You get what I'm saying? Who could have thought people are props? It didn't occur to me that people are props. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you know, 2 years session yesterday, very, very powerful, trust me. And today is significant. Today is very, very significant. One of the things we are going to be doing today is we will reward you for coming. Each and every one of you will be rewarded. Trust me. Legit Joint, which is our sponsor, I'm using this opportunity to say a very big thank you to Legit Joint, which is our sponsor. Thank you very much for all you do. Thank you for allowing God to use you at this time, and we're also grateful. From me, all the guest speakers, and from my company, trust me, we are saying a very big thank you to you. Thank you very much for the significant. He has sent gifts for you guys. Send gifts to give you guys, and trust me, it's really, really important. So, you know, I'm going to bring in the first guest speaker today. He has very busy schedule today. He's a filmmaker. If you are doing photography and you don't understand filmmaking, it will affect you. At some point, it will affect you. So, and that's why I felt like, let me bring somebody that will come and talk about understanding filming. At least have an idea. Very, very important. Understanding filming. You need to have an idea. You really, really need to have an idea. And that's why I want to bring in this person. He's our amazing friend. In fact, trust me, we've been together for a while. Do video with your phone. Last place, right? Yeah, He's an amazing friend. His name is Isaac. He's an amazing friend. We've been together for a couple of years now. And let me shock you. At some point, you guys should turn this thing like so that I can move. Or, wait, you guys should come forward. I have to be coming like this. You guys should come forward, please. Abi, they should come forward, Abi. Let them sit here. Please come. Don't let us go to that back. Then I think you can tilt the camera this way, right? Yeah? Then you can tilt it a bit. At some point, listen to me. At some point, this camera can always come in. At some point, this one too can always come in. Check out what I'm saying. Just take this view. Check it. So, at some point in my life, when I was doing my photography business, I used this camera a lot. In fact, I could send it because he's staying at a beauty meta. You will bring this camera to Ogba. Trust me, it was a lot. You will bring this camera to Ogba. And somebody bringing this camera down to Ogba for somebody else to use to work is a lot. And sometimes if I have to do it there. Not because there's no camera, but the camera that we have that time is not meeting up to the standard of the things. It's not meeting up to the standard of the things. It's not meeting up to the standard of the. Okay, I actually want to show you guys that picture so that you guys can see. It's not meeting up to the standard of the things we're producing. Now our camera and our gears actually meeting up to some point. But that time it was a lot. It was a lot. So you get what I'm saying. So, he has been a good friend. He's also a photographer. But at some point, he stepped up and went into filmmaking. And trust me, he has produced film. I'm sure you know Ebony Live TV on the island. They train. Do you know they train? And he's the best director of their class. He just graduated there. Graduated there 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I'll show you. Na, 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 na. Who knows that song? Na, 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 promise me that strong. And when life hits you, get something you know. Promise me that you. So this is me.
What?
This is him. And this is my friend. And today, Aya, this is me, yes. This is his camera. This is my softbox. This is one of my students. This is one of my students at that time. This place, I was staying in one room apartment at one street over there. This is him. This is me. And that's why you have to be consistent with whatever you are doing. Because, trust me. So I'm going to bring him in. He's going to talk to us about filmmaking. I also was going to filmmaking. I think that's where I want to end my career. Yeah, I'm saying it officially. I'm going to end my career as a filmmaker because the future tense of what we are doing right now is more in storytelling. And if you want to tell story, pictures can tell the story, but videos can tell a better story. And that's why 10 years ago, I said I was going to become the best this, become the best that, but I was going to end my career as a filmmaker. And that's why I obtained my first class with Rock TV. You know Rock TV? They have school, filming school, Rock TV. The same Rock TV on DSTV. They have filming school at Lupeju. I I came my first class there 2020. I still be, I really didn't do well, but I'm going for my second. You didn't do well doesn't mean you should not try again. You get what I'm saying? Yes, keep learning. So I'm going to bring him in. Jacob, let me get him ready. Just is recording now. Let me get him ready so that I can come in. So I'm going to bring him in. His name is Isaac. Let him just come. Yes. His name is Isaac. When he comes in, please round of applause for him. He has a job. I'm telling you, he has to come here for a job because he has to be here. You understand what I'm saying? And I want you guys to welcome New Dawn Studios.
So, my name is Isaac Okorie. So, I'm a photographer and a filmmaker. This class is going to be very, very interactive. It's going to be, I won't do much of the talk. I think I have like 30 minutes. I'll try and make it very, very quick. So, I don't know if there's some things I need to see. Otherwise, I can hear people. So, you guys are talking about the art and the process of film production, exploring our publicity. Yes, I need to say some things to online as well. Right?
Hello.
I really want to acknowledge this man here. I know. There's a background story to everything you see happening there. And they say how you know great guys in your story. You're looking for a great man. I know, yes, we are all great, but I'm talking about the one that I know, that I've seen, that has a track record. And that one person I know is I've seen the young man who is so focused. So when I mean focus, focus is another form of being blind. That is, you know what you want and you are focused to that thing. Right? That man is being blind. I want to really celebrate you. I want to thank you for giving me so much. It takes the moment to put all this together. And I want you to understand something. You might just have few students here today, but the journey of 1,000 is really goes to this day. This is cheers to more numbers, more students. You have always been the type who is always ready to impact. I mean, that is your fulfilling purpose. And I want to tell you that contribution, that language, will not end, it will not die. It will keep flourishing. Because the part of the verse says like the Bible says not to see. But actually, before I go on, let me just have this word of prayer. I believe every one of us here, we are children of God, right? Let's just have like a word of prayer. In Jesus' name, so if you are sitting on your couch, can you help me take off your cap? In Jesus' name. Heavenly Father, thank you for this very day. Thank you because we are all here to learn. You are the one who has made it possible. But we pray and we ask that the reason why we are here, Lord, it will not be in vain. It will all be impacted in the name of Jesus. Lord, we will be impacted in the holier and blessed And Lord, we would deliver, we would explore like Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego with the spirit of excellence in Jesus' name. Amen. Alright, so let's get straight to the business of the deal. Like I said, this is going to be very, 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 very brief. Okay, so in to create this slide, I will just give you guys like a brief background of how I came into the film industry, what I have been doing, how you can get started 2 hours now, you understand. Now, so I think it all started in 2018. I went to shoot. Remember I said I'm a photographer, right? But the truth is I was first a filmmaker before going into photography. But somehow, because I wasn't seeing a positive result, not knowing that for you to get something, for you to build something that is really great, it takes time. Success does not just come overnight, right? So because of that thing, I had to venture into photography. And from that photography, I met a boss, whose name is also Paul. You understand? Paul, I don't know if anybody knows Clinic Matters. Clinic Matters, so the producer of Clinic Matters. You understand? So I met him, and that was like I started shooting, behind the scene on his film set. And from there, I was able to meet some sort of celebrities, I'm friends with some of them today, So from there now, we're just going to begin and observing how everything is going on, right? And then we are here where we are now. Recently, I enrolled for a particular film school, and then the final project would be God helped us, our film came out the best. You understand? We won several awards, right? Now, how can you, venture? How can you bring your vision to life? How can you tell a story, right? Now, you can tell a story, from what is happening around you. You don't have to necessarily move far. You don't have to necessarily, start telling one story, or, ChatGPT is there to you. You can just go on ChatGPT, say, come up with a story about a boy, But I want to tell you something. What I want to tell you is the best story you can tell is, the story of the things happening around you. You see, people don't just want you to tell a story. They want you to tell a story of something that you can relate with. Do you get? Now, the best story that we can tell as Nigerians, as Africans, is our story. See, there are too many stories out there to tell. Too many stories that are yet untold. I mean, you must have seen all the stories that are trending, the ones on Netflix, the ones on Amazon Prime and all of that. But I can tell you that there are ones that are yet untold that are waiting for you to tell. But it starts from you recognizing those stories. Go to your village, go to ask questions, from where you're coming from, your community, right? That is how you can come up with stories, right? So let's move on from there. So, I'm going to be talking about how to get vision. How to get vision for these things. You get vision from, I think I've already said this, you get vision to create from what is happening around. Now, you can also get this vision, right, from a story, from a scriptwriter rather. You need a scriptwriter, and then you can. But I was having a conversation with him inside, and he was sharing some insightful story. And what I told him was that it would be more better if you make the story more original. Let's not tell it organically. Let's not what's the word that you use again? Let's not work with ChatGPT. Let's make it original. People are ready to relate with you. Now let me give you an example. Recently I embarked on a journey to Ibadan to my younger brother's university. That's a big city university. And I did the type. I just typed something and then did some adjustments and posted it. I shared my experience, and then I posted it. Do you know that I got more engagement on that post? It was just a picture of myself and that caption. But why did I get that engagement? The story that I told them, the story that I related, people could relate with that story. Do you get? So that's how you come up with vision. That's how you come up with ideas. Tell stories that, okay, people can relate with. Do you get? Now, let's move it up to a typical example of what I'm talking about is I did one of the first film I did very recent. I think that was around June. That was around June. I got the script writer. So when you want to tell a story, the first person you should pay attention to is the script writer. When you want to tell a story, the first person you should pay attention to is the script writer. Now, when you get the script writer, you explain that your story. You are the one who have the vision. You are the one who have the idea in the head. Now, script writer, this is my story. This is everything that I have in my head. Now, it is the job of that script writer now to now bring it in scenes. Okay. 1 scene, 2 scene, 3 scene. You cannot explain to that scriptwriter, I want a short film. I want a full-length film. Do you understand? Now, when you have a scriptwriter, the next person you need to bring on board is a director. I'm telling you how you can tell your story. The first person you bring on board is a scriptwriter. Because it is the scriptwriter that will bring that your story into scene that, okay, when your actors now come on set, they can now be able to relate with that story. You can send them the script, they can now read, and when they come on set, everybody knows they are seeing. Right? Now, once you get your director, the director now can now say, okay, both of you can now, either you choose to leave the work for your director. I'm talking from the point of being a producer, because I am a producer, right? And now, filmmaking is very, very elaborate, just like photography too as well. In photography, we have portrait photography, we have wildlife, we have event photography. The same thing applies to filmmaking too. There are people who they make films that are relating just to family. You understand? There are different types of stories, there are different types of genre when it comes to filmmaking. So when you bring your director in, the director now has to now, okay, you guys can now say, okay, we need actors. How many actors do we need for this project? You can leave it for him, or both of you put heads together and say, okay, you can now say, okay, I have this actor, and you can say, okay, no. Or you guys can do something they call, what's this thing called again? Yeah, casting. You understand? Whereby different people, and then when they come on casting, you can now allow them to just express themselves. While they are expressing themselves, while they are, just give them a particular line on the script, they will come on board, and when they come on board, they will express themselves. When they express themselves, while they are doing all that, pay attention to the people who are really believing. And in filmmaking, don't play sentiment. Don't play sentiment. Give the job to the person that can do the job. Because at the end of the day, if you try to do favoritism, you try to say, okay, this person is my brother, let me give him this thing to do. I'm telling you, you might end up not getting much return as you're supposed to get. Now, let's move on to when we get the actors. Now you can now start sourcing out for your crew members. Your crew members, I'm talking about your DOPs. DOPs are the people who are always behind the camera. You understand? So when you get your DOPs, you can now start talking about your gaffers. Your gaffers are the people who handle the lights. You get? From gaffers, you can now start talking about your costume. You can now start talking about your welfare, the sound person on set, and their lights, right? So That is how you can bring your vision to life. Now, let me speak on the area of, maybe you now as a person, I know you'll be wondering, how am I going to be able to bring all this together? I have a small budget. I don't even have a camera. I probably just have an idea, I have a story. I want to tell you a story, right? You don't know how to go about this thing. Now, one thing I would say is, don't wait until you have everything figured out. You don't understand? See, today there are people who make films with film, and that film is submitted to different festivals. See, you can decide now to say, okay, create a short film. When you create a short film, there are platforms that submit this short film. At least I know of Africa. That's I can't remember the full meaning of Africa, but I don't know if anyone of us is familiar with Africa. Africa is like a movie festival, right? It happens every year in Nigeria. The convener is a Nigerian person. It happens every year. So what can we do? How can we try? When okay, yes, you have some just little budget and you don't know how to go about it. A short film can actually change your life. I've seen people that short film change their life. What do? You can decide now to say, okay, I have this idea. You cannot do all this alone. Just like here. I can't do this all. You can't do it alone. You need people to produce a film. Now, you don't need to go and start getting professionals. You can talk to your friends. You can say, okay, this is my idea. This is what I want to do. Right? And then when you tell them this is what you want to do, start with what you have. Don't look until you have everything. See, by the time you shoot a film, and you show people that this is what I did with film, they'll be inspired. I'm telling you, that is why you don't have to wait until you get everything all figured out. So start with your film. When you shoot a short film, go online, ask ChatGPT. See, I'll say this. Let us take advantage of. Let us take advantage of technology, of ChatGPT and the rest of AI. But let us not all rely on them. But take advantage, use them when you have to use them. Don't use them always, but use them when you have to use them. I use ChatGPT. You understand? And I know you also use ChatGPT. So the point I'm trying to make here is, as a filmmaker, just like I'm just explaining, it's very elaborate. How are you going to get all these people? It's a whole lot. You can decide to come up with a story, okay. You can shoot everything. Just in this room. There are short films like that, and you pass your message. That is when you are good. That is when you are growing. So you got your short film now, you make a research on ChatGPT, or you go online, where can I submit this short film? And you will see options. Some they are free, some you have to pay $3. Pay attention to the free ones. Because it is from that free ones, you don't know who might watch it, you don't know who might see it on that festival. Right? So when you do that, just do your own part and allow God to do the rest. That's what I will just say. Right? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Yes, alright. So moving on to I've talked about the technical skills. I've talked about technical skills, making it work, the tools that you should use, as a filmmaker, you don't need much. If you have a camera, a phone camera, you can start with a phone camera. Then if you have a camera, then that's perfect. Right? And then you'll be thinking, okay, I have a camera, how can I go about the lighting? See, you can decide to say, okay, maybe all these lights are off now, and they are available lights. The window there, the window is there. You can tell the story just by using the window lights, the lights coming from the window. Just make sure everywhere is open. Go to a location where it's quiet so that people can at least pay attention to your sound too in film production. Sound too matters. Do you understand? So storytelling, emotion, bringing it all together. I've said that already. You know, in the storytelling there is pre-production. The pre-production is the part where you have the story, you get the script writer writes the story for you, and then you start prepping for location and stuff like that. That is the pre-production in terms of filmmaking. Then the production itself. The production is when you come to set. Now you finally got to your location, right? That is when you now come to set. That is the production. You now decide, okay, before you come to set, you've already done your pre-production. You already know the amount of days you're going to spend on that set. Okay, I'm using 1 day, I'm using 2 days, I'm using 3 days. Now let me bust your bubble. You know that most of this, if you notice, you see that a lot of movies now on YouTube, a lot of freelance movies on YouTube, like at least we know of Omoni Obodi, a film that trended recently, Achaluku and Odogu. You understand? These are how these guys are trying it. Do you get my point? These are how they are trying it. So that film, let me shock you, that film might be shot for just 3 days. But for that particular one, it was really challenging because I heard something that, okay, it took time, like they were not able to shoot everything, they shot for some time, they had to stop, they came back again. But I can tell you that I have shot some films that are on YouTube now. You can check Dashing Films TV to confirm. Some of them are doing some good numbers, you get. So, but I can tell you that sometimes I use 3 days, sometimes I use 4 days on set. Right? Now, what we do is we get an apartment. I'm just giving you an idea of how this place works. When we get that apartment, in that apartment, everybody, aside from the actors, sometimes the director might decide to say, I'll come from my house or lodge me in an hotel. I mean, if you have the money, lodging, but if you don't have the money, you tell the director to sleep in one of the rooms. So we use all these semi-detached duplex, mostly on the island. We use the island because they have like a very quiet, environment. You understand? So we use, places like that, and we do our budgets. We say, okay, this is the amount we're spending on each day, on food, on water, on everything. Everything is on paper. And when you are starting as a filmmaker, don't be pass your power. Start slow. Start slow. That's one mistake a lot of creatives make. Start slow. You have this idea, and you're waiting on until one investor bring money come. Until I get the big camera, you will wait forever. Until you take that action, until you start taking that steps, nothing is going to happen. Do you get it? We can't talk about filmmaking just in 30 minutes. But I'm just giving you guys, a little tips on how it really works, on how you can actually be a filmmaker. The pre-production, production proper, and the post-production. The post-production is when you now come to editing. Mind you, most of these things you can actually learn them on YouTube. I know there are some of us here we came from photography workshop, but let me tell you that it starts from an idea. If you can conceive an idea, then you never can tell you like be the next big time things of people. And there are different niches. You can decide to start doing vlog now. I'm telling you, is it Tayo Aina, what's that name?
Yeah, Tayo Aina.
Tayo Aina travels everywhere. Tayo Aina has been to more than how many countries that I can't even think of now. There's another guy, Steve Indika, one guy like that. What do these guys do? They just go and tell stories about a particular country, or about a particular village, or about a particular set of people. So if you want to be a filmmaker, don't wait until, that's the point I'm driving to. Don't wait until you get everything. Start small. Start small. And as a filmmaker, learn to have a budget and stick to that budget. There's a point you will get to there, you can do anything. But not just anything, because when you get to a particular level in life, there's something that brought you here. Don't leave that thing that brought you here. Don't leave that lifestyle, that pattern. I'll tell you something. I was shooting an event, we were shooting an event at Marriott Hotel. And I discovered something. The CEO is a white man. I went close to him yesterday. Bro, I went close to his shoe. You see that shoe? You know go believe it around. But that man get money pass you. But you know go believe it around. I come to understand that.
Come and be a designer.
I come to understand that is not what really matters. What really matters is the impact you are making, the turnover you are doing. That is what really matters. That is what really matters at the end of the day. So, as a filmmaker, please, let's learn to, work with budget, come up with ideas, tell stories of it. See, you might just be going to the bus stop now, and a scene of accident, or, okay, let me not use accident, it's not a good thing. You might see Agbero and conductor fighting. That's the story on its own that you can tell. Every day we see stories, every day you can create a story, every day, as you are going out. The way you came to this workshop is an experience. You can decide to tell a story of how everything went here yesterday, what Real Magic told you guys, what all the facilitators that were here yesterday, what Pete told you guys.
So can you see that everything we all are saying is related to each other? Do you know that it's almost like the things Real Magic was saying yesterday that he was saying? When Real Magic was saying that the way you enter into the streets and do a video, yes, I'm going for workshop, see I'm trekking, they don't carry bike here, it's an estate, and you get to this place. Can you see that it's relating? That's how creative mind is. You will notice it relates. You can relate my lecture with Real Magic lecture, Real Magic lecture with New Dawn Studio lecture, and from New Dawn Studio you will see the fourth guest speaker. Are you getting it? Continue, sir. Thank you.
So my side is almost up. I'm just going to just add to what you just said too as well. And then again, you have to be really creative. Not to be that so. You know why? To be that facet. Always on the always be doing research. To never set. You want to be an outstanding filmmaker, an outstanding creative, an outstanding photographer. Do not settle. See, it's not enough to be all these things we are saying. It's the practical. You go back home and practice it. That's what really matters. If you say everything you like, let's say from now to tomorrow, if you don't practice it, you are joking. And we are not here to joke. I don't know if you're here to joke. Let's go back home. Everything you said, everything Real Magic said, everything Kimidia said, let's go and put them to practice. But to start putting them to practice, see, I think we don't learn the hard way. Let's learn from people that like Kimidia. They've learned the hard way. I have learned the hard way. So let's not go on that same cycle too. Let's go home, start practicing this thing. And overall of everything we are saying, let's not forget God factor. God is the number one creative, is the number one filmmaker, is the number one storyteller. God is everything. At the end of it all, it is God. Thank you, Lord.
This was where I ended my part yesterday. Where I said, as a creative, you are, because God is a creator.
Yes.
You are working like God.
Yes.
And you don't want to serve God. You are a soup.
You have to just balance it.
You have to balance it. Very, very important. So moving on, I'm not going to delay him because he has a very busy schedule today.
I don't know if there's any question. Right?
Okay, yes, let me take questions first. I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm going into filmmaking now. And I told you, I'm going to end my career as a filmmaker. I'm producing my first short movie this year, I told you.
Yes.
Which we're already working on the script, location, which we are meeting and some other guys.
Yes.
What is the realistic budget that you think, or how can I create my budget? Because sincerely, when it comes to money spending, I'm not ready. You understand what I'm saying? I love to spend my money. It's not like I don't like to spend my money. But sometimes you always see some figures in your account, you're just happy. Like, maybe you see 7-0, you're like, 10 meter, let it just stay there. I mean, the bank is not paying you like 100k every month for that money to be there. Shey you get what I'm saying? But that's a great thing. If you don't spend that money, you will get more. So as somebody that doesn't want to start, I'm not starting as DOP.
Yes.
Though I've studied DOP, 2020,
Yes, I know.
and which we are already working on that. I'm still going for my second degree.
Yes.
Is this should I call it second degree?
So there's no knowledge. What's it called? Learning is endless. So we just
So it's still second degree.
Yes.
So I'll call it second degree as a DOP. But I'm not going to be DOP. And by God's grace, you are going to be the DOP of my film that I'm producing ending of this year. So I want to know, what is the realistic budget that I can have, and how can I create my budget? I want to know.
Okay. So the realistic budget, how do you create your budget? Now, first of all, I'll tell you, let's go budget. Just have to create one.
Okay.
That's number one. Now, the realistic budget, you know the field you want to create, you know the location you want to use, you know the actors you want to use, you know the kind of equipment you want to use, you know the kind of the food you want to feed the crew members and the actors. Very important, So these are the things you pay attention to. At the 25, 30, right there now. Yes. Now, we're just starting. We started to go on massive, like, going to collect an apartment on the island and you want to cost some hundreds of thousands. This place is calm. I mean, I've not, the gen is, you have gen outside running away, but I can't hear the sound of the gen. So if you can have an apartment, if you can have somewhere around this axis that is calm like this, you can do your film here. Make sure that the budget is not too elaborate because you are just starting. Don't just pour your money. Oh, yes, it's good to be passionate, but use your upper. Yes, it's good to be creative, express your creativity. But when you're on the budget, when you don't have it to figure out, you're just coming into it. It's your first show. Don't go too elaborate. Get it, write it down. You understand? Work with the budget. And then also work with people that don't go and start looking for professionals. Because professionals, they are doing business and they will not tell you that because you have passion and you have a very good story, let's do it free. So try to work with people that that are already in the system, that you must have built some relationship with over the period. You understand? You don't share your ideas. Let me shock you. When you have somebody that's already built a relationship and you share your ideas, they can carry that's your idea on their head. Because why? The relationship they have with you, they will be so passive, they will want to tell you, they will even put in their own thoughts into it. So I think that's
fine, thank you. So moving on, I want you to help us do something here. Legit John said a couple of things, and I'm going to be working. I want you to help me present the first gift for today. So you use my friend's pictures. Yes, he's doing the so doing the camera and that. So we are presenting our first gift to somebody here, and you have to speak to Doctor, are you not taking with professional cameras? Supposed to be taking with Okay, sorry, I did not know that right. So the person we are going to be gifting today is somebody that sent me a DM on Instagram. And one way or the other, it's about passion. It's all about money.
Yeah.
This thing I've put together, jokingly or non-jokingly, all true, I think I spent about $1 million. Spend about $1 million, yes. This one is not fixed at the office. We have to fix it because we want to have this meeting. This one is not done. We want to buy fuel. This one is not okay. We want to. I spent about $1 million. Jokingly, like no jokes. Sorry, no jokes. I said joking. No jokes. So about $1 million. So And I don't think people that register are up to maybe 200, 300K. It's not maybe 200K yet, you understand? But it's not all about money. I just said that so you know that it's not all about money. So he sent a DM, I saw his passion, I felt like, okay, let's do it. And not also just sending a DM. He's the first person coming every day.
Ouch.
1 hour before the class.
That shows that
1 hour, 1 hour. I'm telling you, he comes like to 8 or 8 o'clock. 1 hour before the class. 1 hour before the class. So, you know, we are giving you this just to say thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you for believing in us. Please, you can come, sir.
I can see how you were not taking
Yes. So this is from Legit Joints. He sells all kinds of gadgets, gears. This is microphone, and he has sent me a lot of microphone. In fact, he has even promised me this. I will know that one again. I don't know what I'm going to do. He has promised me this again. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, this microphone can help you create content.
Yeah.
Very good. You can come to me, sir. Let's go, sir. Stay here, sir. Let me be here. Sorry, sir. So, this microphone can help you create content. You can connect it with camera. You can connect it with your phone. Type-C, iPhone, Android works with it. All the cables there. And trust me, it's really, really okay. And I'm sure that this microphone will trigger something in you to start something. I want to tell you something, sir. Sometimes, it's not what you have done in the past that matter. Sometimes it's what's ahead. Oftentimes, we often, please listen to me, we often make mistakes about only the things that has happened in the past. We dwell in our past too much. Stand up and move. If you are fall and you are thinking about how you fall, you won't stand up. But if you are thinking about our fall, the next thing you need to do is what? To move. You move. You know what I'm saying, sir? So, you know, if anything has happened in the past, forget about it. Move forward and trust me, life is going to get better. So this is from Legit Point. I'm presenting it to you and trust me, it's excellent. So I will allow him to present it to you, then we'll take picture together. Thank you.
I would say, sir, before I go, what's your name, sir? Okay? Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. From this conversation and what you just said now, I'm a small boy, but I think I've seen life slow. And one thing I'll just tell you is just be good. You have no choice but to get better. You understand? I'm not telling you to encourage you, but I'm just telling you once you have to get better. It's a privilege to present this to you. I don't just want to talk about it, I just pray to get better. That's my message. Congratulations.
Okay, so let me, are you taking the picture? Yeah, let me take it too. That's not right. So as the spirit leads, sir, I like to follow my spirit. From Legit Joint again, we are going to give you 10,000 naira.
Wow.
For the transportation. We are going to give you 10,000 naira for the transportation. You know, you have been coming 1 hour before the class, and it amazed me. Off the camera, pause the live. When he came yesterday, I was a boxer. So this is coming from Legit Joint. I told you yesterday, Legit just sent me about 100,000 naira for me because I already stopped doing for you. So out of the money, you are giving 10,000 naira. You understand? So to take home for the transportation and something in your pocket. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Thank you very much. You can have a seat. Okay. I'm coming. I want the sound to be very clear. Okay, yeah, let him go ahead, please. Okay.
All right, I would like to
A minute.
Okay, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is I'm speechless kind of, but speechless and emotional, but I don't think I'm speechless to the point that I will not be able to say thank you. So I want to say thank you so much to Legit Joint. This means so much. Like he has rightly said, I am sure this will take me places. I have been looking for a mic.
Oh, wow.
I think he also said it, that this is, it has to do with the spirit.
Yeah.
Right? So the spirit led Legit Joint to do this, and I am so grateful.
Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. You can have your team. Thank you very much. So what are we going to say to New Dawn Studios? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. I would love to take picture with you. So please, everybody come out. Let's take picture with you. We made a mistake yesterday. We didn't take picture with each speaker, one after the other. You get what I'm saying? So we are going to do a video for this first speaker, Pablo Picat. We are going to do a video. We're going to say thank you to him. Because you see, let me tell you something. It's not in the size. And let me now tell you one thing about life. You can be up to him, and the person you think is down is upper. That doesn't mean you are down. Respect people. When you know the value of life, you know that anybody can fall at any time. It's not the point where you are right now, it's where you are going to. Let me now tell you one secret that I learned about life. Be humble. If you are proud, be humble. See, no circumstances where you will get to, if you are not an humble person, you always look foolish. Be humble. Great men don't carry things on their head, they carry it on their hand. That's why they move faster. Foolish people carry things on their head, that's why they move slower. Don't carry things on your head too much. What you will become in future, you don't know. You just have an idea, you are just guessing. You are guessing it. Baba me, all your vision, you are guessing it. If they tell me I'm going to be here, I'm only guessing. And God said He's aligning with my vision and He's making it happening. I'm telling you. I told you my story, but do your part and leave the rest. Be humble. Being humble is beyond just, you just want to serve, you just want to do something. People are just around you. Be humble. Be humble. No matter what God has given to you, no matter what God has placed in your hand, let me tell you, another person might be coming behind you and God placed something bigger than what you have in your hand to the person. Now look that you are down, you are not down, you are where you are, that person has moved ahead. God takes people ahead. We heard of story that, bro, I showed them our picture.
Yes, sir. Okay, that picture.
Yes, when we were on the street,
Yes.
in my former house,
Yes.
Shweton Street,
One room, sir.
one room, where I created the studio,
Yes.
and today I'm here. And let me now tell you something. I'm here doesn't mean I have to carry my shoulder up. You know why? My vision is large. If you don't have large vision, you are in soup. Do you know that who believed that 5 years ago dollar went down 1,500 and something? All of these cameras, how much were they selling it before? I bought my first camera, how much? 40 something thousand. I bought the second one that my mentor bought for 125,000. How much are you buying camera? One less now can buy those camera, can set up studio that they were setting that time. So time pass, things happen, but be humble. Be humble. People you can help now, help them. What you have in your hands right now to help other people. See, let me tell you something. If you are in charge of something and God has placed something in your hand and you see that you can help some people to grow, don't stick it to yourself that if they go, they will not know you again. If they go and they go and they do not know you again, it's up to them. Do whatever you can do and grow. Because you see, in growing other people, you're also growing.
Yes, sir.
Are you taking the recording of what I'm saying?
It's recording.
In helping other people, you're also growing. You know why? People that you are growing as stepping stones to go ahead for you. You know, let me tell you a secret before we take a picture. Sir, where I'm coming from, they make a particular mistake. Do you know that mistake? They forget the fruit that they grow. And can't notice. You know I'm this kind of person. You know what God has blessed me with? If I see you making mistakes, things is happening, I will start making a sense about it. Do you know that most of Nigerian men at the age of their still 60s, they're already paralyzed? Do you notice? Who notice?
Yes.
Men are often that paralyzed. I start asking. I went to do check-up about my left hand. I said, when I'm bathing, I should always use my left hand to rub my body more. Most times when this hand is not active, the veins are dying. So this one that is active will always be active, because if you are not exercising this hand the way you are exercising this hand, so by the time pressure falls, it falls on the weaker hand, that the veins are dying. So I started using my left hand to do other things, and I see that it's now balancing, it's balancing. And because men, our brain is on the right, left is empty. That's why when man is thinking one way, he's not thinking another way again. Women have two brains, they can think which other way. Yes, that's how it's been wired. So there are a lot to learn, no matter what you know right now. There are so many things to learn. You keep learning, humble yourself, and God will take you up. Because one of the people that God resists are the proud. Humble. Calm down. There's a future ahead of you. And if you see, people that are great, that has future ahead of them, they are always humble. You will see him like this now. You will know what he wants or what he doesn't want. But do you even know that what you want is not in the material things that you have? That's why I say that some people, their business die today, and tomorrow by the time they stand up 10 times better. It's here. It's in the experience, the knowledge, what you share with people, the time you share with people, how you spend your money, the knowledge of which you spend your money. And let me now tell you secrets that I noticed about money. When you are a proud person, your money finishes fast. Because people that are supposed to help you do something, you won't get them to help you do it. So you have to pay for everything. I don't pay for everything. Don't be somebody sent me 100,000 yesterday. I wanted to buy a mic from him. I called him, I need mic, I need, he said, what do you need? List everything. I listed everything. He said, no problem. They are sending it now. I said, how? I don't understand. How much? He said, they are sending it now. Please forget about the money. Eh? Something worth 280K. Young boy. That 280K will have left my account, but it's still there. It's my account now. It's me. Oh, not me, my account. It's me, my account. You understand what I'm saying? Be humble. When you are humble, when you humble yourself, my God, you won't have to pay for everything. Who told you you have to pay for that house you want to live in? Who told you? Be humble. Who told you you have to pay for all the rent of everything you want to do? Who told you you have to pay for your first car? Be humble. It will come. I'm telling you. I will share testimony with you guys online. It will come. You will see it. It will come. It will just come. It will come. I'm telling you. But one of the secret people don't really understand is when they started making money, they thought they have arrived. Why should money be foolish enough for you to believe you have arrived? Who are you? Money that can lose in your hand in few seconds. Have you ever heard stories of people that they are billionaires, they have money, there's a sickness that takes down all the money, and now they are balanced and they are back to zero? If you understand life, you humble yourself. You humble yourself, no matter who you are, where you've gotten to, where you've achieved before, where you're achieving now, what you are seeing in your future, you humble. And that is when God is going to lift you up and say, see, man, this is my person. Take him. And when people take you, you know, Real Madrid and some guys, they just came back from China.
Yeah, so
Nikon called them and took them to China. All expenses paid. They are like 7. Before July, this guy that works on TY Billy before.
Snap Kings.
Yemi Kings. They are plenty of Nikon users. Today. All expenses paid. And they did not do only all expenses paid. They gave them discounts on the things they buy. That's why they have so many gears. So many! If you know how many gears those guys have, you will feel they have a lot of gears. I'm telling you. And I'm also using this opportunity to tell you, for everybody that have registered for this class, if you are buying a camera, let us know. Legit Joint is giving high discount to everybody that have registered for this class. When you are ready to buy your camera, let us know. He told me that he's giving discounts to people that are you recording what I'm saying?
No recording, that is recording.
So is it the content creator or your content creator?
Are you saying that?
Please leave this place. Leave this place. Leave, yes. Leave. Thank you. Thank you very much. Leave this. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Are you recording now?
No.
Thank you very much. So he said he's going to give discount to people that are ready to buy camera whenever you are ready. So you know what I'm saying. So whenever you are ready, you can communicate with me. I will communicate with him. Then just link you with him. Or you can send him a DM on Instagram, follow him on Instagram, send him a DM. Then what is it called? Let him know that you are coming from P, but he just needs confirmation from me and he's going to give you discount. So he's giving discount on lights, studio back, softbox, stand, all those things. I'm telling you, high discount, trust me. And I'm sure you will be happy, so happy with everything. So let's take a picture together. Yes. Thank you very much. So you can come here. Hey, sorry. Yes, good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Only him. Okay. Thank you. Let me take it only him, please. Thank you very much. This morning. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Portrait.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, you guys can sit down. I'm going to put the next speaker in immediately. Okay. Yeah, you can take them. So you're going to okay. Oh, grab the phone. If you want me to do it, let me know.
Divide the debt. Alright.
Okay. No, you feel
Alright.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
Thank
something
you.
just came to my mind. Please, you guys should give the It was from a workshop medicine. We don't live in the same area. So please connect with somebody there. It might not yield the fruits immediately, but you just have to keep, watering it before you know. You never can tell when to take you guys to. So that is really good. I know it looks like an evangelist.
Yeah, it looks like yes, New Dawn Studios, right?
Yes, on Instagram.
New Dawn Studios. So you can see that I'm coming.
You're welcome. Welcome, guys.
Yes.
How about this camera? Are we up?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So, guys, this moment is very, very important. Trust me. Moment is very, very important. I'm telling you. And the reason why it's important is because, yes, you can start. It's because, so when you are taking it, you can just take a short. The most important is when I want to introduce her, when she comes in, when you notice that she's saying some important things, then she'll get what I'm saying. So, do you know that customer relationship affects both of us? Not knowing how to address things, how to communicate properly, and how to go about this. It affects a lot of things. And that's why I chose to bring in this planner. She's a planner, an event planner, well-known event planner. She has planned a couple of events that will work together. And she's big in the industry. And trust me, we all need to learn customer relationship. Sometimes you don't know how to talk. It has happened to me before. Sometimes you don't just know how to relate. It has happened to me before. Sometimes we lost some clients because we don't know how to address all those things. Let me get her ready. Let me get her ready. So, and that's why I said, luminary, let me bring you in so that you can talk to my people and, she understands communication, because one way or the other she has corrected me on how to communicate as a creative, which is very, very important. So I want you to welcome Olaisa Adesola Luminary Events. You're welcome. So, you're welcome. This is Adesola. She's an event planner, and she will be talking to us about customer relationship, which I feel like is very, very, very important. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. Pleasure to be here and to meet everybody. So, I thought that would be having so far. So, I feel like every other speaker before me. Okay, I should get properly. My name is Adesola, and I am privileged to be the lead planner for Luminary Events. So, plan events. That's just something. So I feel like every other speaker that's been here have spoken, I've come from a photographer perspective. So I've been in the planner and the training, the workshop. So I just I'm speaking on customer relationship according to what they are doing. Yes, so building strong customer relationship in the creative industry, highlighting strategies for connection, trust, and long-term collaborations. Okay. You said I can see. Okay. Huh? Yeah, I'll sit, but let me start with. Alright, thank you so much. Thank you. So the creative industry generally, so they used to say customize the soul of business. So it's,
Don't sit down.
they gave me to sit down.
Okay.
So it's very important that we know how to maintain, sustain customer relationships because they say soul of business. So how well you are able to master relationships, I feel like more than just customer-based business, it exceeds business. Human relationships is very crucial to our journey in life. So and then bringing that into the creative space, business. So it's very, very key to know how to master client-customer relationships. So the creative industry thrives on innovation, vision, and crucially relationships. So you have to be innovative. I mean, you have all the gifts, you have all the skills, but hey, you open your shop, this is what I do, and there is no customer. Who are you selling to? Who is going to like appreciate the skill that you have? So it's very crucial that. And then we have customers in different shapes, different. So it's key. Yes, it's key. I keep repeating that because it's actually key to know. This is after everything we learned, after the editing, the preset. Am I getting those languages? Okay, after all of that, those people that we're able to maintain. I mean, I've met people that are good at what they do, or maybe when they sell things, I'm like, oh, they have the most affordable stuff, but their behavior, it keeps me back. So I would rather buy from someone that's selling at higher if this person's behavior will always set me back. So because I don't want such interactions. So unlike transactional businesses, creative endeavors often involve deep dive into a client's vision, requiring a level of trust and understanding that goes beyond the simple exchange of service for giving. So you have to see customer relationship as more than somebody saying, hello, we need your services, you just go, okay, just like that. No, you have to see more than that. You have to be able to change every single transaction. You have to be able to turn it into a series of transactional businesses. So long-term relationships. So I'll be talking okay, it's about fostering a community, inspiring loyalty. But I'll be talking on some key points to know in dealing with customers, how you can sustain long-term relationships. So the first thing is always think long-term. So long-term as in think of the future. So because I realize a lot of people, some people do business based on survival level. So it helps them not see far. They are just seeing what I can get from it now, what I can eat. So somehow they are just, they just do more and just, sorry, so they just like sharp and just get it off the table, move on to. So that way they are not able to deliver excellence. They are not able to deliver. Or if you think long term, if you think legacy, you think things that outlive you, you're able to take your time in every project. And these are the things clients look out for. You take your time. I've seen photographers that when you work with them, you know, I've worked with different kind of photographers. So I've seen photographers that some people, you only take time for the portraits. You see the portraits, sharp picture, very nice. But when you go to the crowd where everybody's dancing, it's barely touched. So that's something. So it's one of the things that we look out for. You know that those people probably just want to get it off. But you know, more than portraits and all of that, you want to see your phone, your every other image. So it's important when you think long term, if you inspire your actions in a different way, you not just collect jobs and just for sustenance, then you just get it off. You're able to put your soul into what you do. And when you put your soul, there are some things that you what everybody looks out for a photographer, for example, because a photographer here, right? So what everybody looks out for is different. From beginning to the end, it's different. So you just have to think long term. It will help you. I mean, years from now, you can go back to your images and say, oh, I have photographers on my contact. They will say, oh, this was 5 years ago. I did this. It's been a long time. All of them reminiscing on their journey. So it's always good to think long term. That will help. I know we are talking on customer relationship, I know, but all of these things are the build up to that. So another point is, like people always everybody hear emotional intelligence and all of that. So emotional intelligence, in summary, it is just the ability to understand, use and manage your own emotions. You'll be wondering that how does this have to do with customers, but we are getting there. So it is the ability to understand, use and manage your own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. So this has to do with your emotions and the emotion of others. So sometimes when you understand how customers can be, me for one, I used to tell people that event planning is basically customer service from beginning to the end. because from the beginning you have to deal with clients. Sorry, is there a timer?
No problem. You can go ahead.
So event planning is something that from the beginning till the end, you have to deal with customers, right from onboarding clients. Some people come to you, can we know your price and all of that. Sometimes they are watching how their spirit connects with you, how they vibe with you from that place. They're not through the planning. I mean, you are dealing with human beings. I've had a client that in the process of planning, every time I see their message, my heart skips a bit. My heart is, different type of client. So from through the planning process to the end, then that's on the day of the event, you have guests that have to do it. So you just have to be able to manage and master emotions, know how to deal with this thing. And even you personally, it also extends more than dealing with customers, even your own team. Because I'm sure photographers don't have not seen, or maybe because I've not handled very small events, I've not seen photographers go in just one. Yeah, sometimes they have packages for one shot. They say, photographer. So but most times there's always an assistant, there's always a light person, all of those things. So they're always good. I used to know because when they come and ask us for food, they say we are five. I used to know all those things. So they move in groups. So sometimes a team member can messes up on the job. How do you manage that? You can tell them this is what it is. How do you, because sometimes you can, there are a lot of now we have content create everybody. Then the way you can shout at your team member, everybody can say like, what's happening? So emotional intelligence is very key in handling human relationships and client relationships. So it's good because when you master this, you're able to identify your own triggers. So if you know, because me now, I just told you that there's a client that something my heart will skip. So there are some people that in an environment, they don't know how to work well under an environment where maybe the boss is shouting on them, under pressure. Some people, it's noise that they don't like. When you shout on them, it kills their morale. They are not able to deliver well. So you need to pay attention to all of that. I mean, I'm also a work in progress in how we correct people, how we talk to people that work with us. But it's also key because more than your client, if you know how to master client relationship, I don't know how to master your team relationship. People will keep moving. You will not have people to work with you. You always have scarcity of staff. Oh wow, those people, they are not serious. They don't want to learn anymore. They have to say like your behavior. Your own, again, not being able to master your own emotion is what is reflecting in your own thing. So it's very key to learn to master all of that. So moving on to another point, I call this one responses and reactions. So responses and reactions. One thing I've learned in life is that okay, they say, oh, we are a result, sum total of our choices. That's true. But what makes up our choices? What makes it up is how we respond, how we react to situations. How we react to situations, how we respond to anything that happens to us. Somebody can slap you on one cheek, and you change it for them. And so you are in awe or something. Just, even the Bible says, turn your other cheek, let them still slap you. Your responses, it goes a long way. If you, as you're sitting down, you can just have like a bit of reflection. Sometimes, the way you respond to situation determines outcome. You can be coming, maybe you are in a bus, sit down with someone in a bus and someone steps on you. I don't know what state of mind you are, but now the ball is in your court on how to respond. Because you can decide to say, you can decide to get boss, sorry, or then you can decide, you still, what did they do? You can change it for the person, and the person, after begging you, they used to say, you just feel like you pass this level very much and then it becomes a full-blown quarrel. That's why they used to say that people should avoid fight. Maybe I see some of these short videos on Instagram where somebody just pushes someone and then it just from there, I'll beat you, just push them. They are, how do they say that thing? You are triggering yourself. They just push that person and let's say falls down. Just a small push and then they hit their head and they die. You'll be in jail. I mean, you could decide to respond differently, and that could be the game changer. you could decide to just walk away from that thing. So I'm saying all of this because in dealing with clients, you meet different types of clients. Me for one can tell you that I've faced different types. You meet different clients. You meet some that will probably look at you like there are some clients that don't even regard people. You see this in our industry. You will think maybe because I'm not Oga, maybe because I'm not running it. It's a lie. People Oga will tell you that the way some clients treat people is not right at all. This one because they paid you, they like to take them. So they want to talk it as in my when I just started planning, I've seen planners say, I refund their money. That client I told you that whenever they charge me, I have already this supposed to be returning. I've never returned anybody to me before. I was this close to returning their money. I was just encouraged that let's just keep it going. So before everything now changed and it was balanced. So where we are now, it's now a mutual thing, respect. And I also noticed that in this emotional intelligence, I noticed that when we started the planning, it was a thing of the guy, the groom. I mean, the groom was one that brought me in, he knew me, secondary school stuff. So he brought me in, but he was trying so hard to prove to his wife that, when a guy brings me inside, maybe the baby is having that, or there's something happening with him. So he was trying so hard to prove that, hey, this guy never spoke to him throughout secondary school. I don't know him, like, I know you used to be like a Casanova. So you just get I don't speak to him. So only for after school, he wants to come when he came to Nigeria. Okay. Then he was trying so hard to prove to his babe that I'm like, hello, I don't even speak to you in school. That's how funny. You don't need to try to prove anything. And the good part is that people married. There's nothing that can happen. It's not a case of planning wedding for your ex or something. So it was just funny. So he always comes with that vibe of almost because the lecturer abroad. So he wants sometimes we want you to do that and put this expression. I know how to speak to him. I said, don't talk to me like that because I deal with her. No, you know that thing killed the morale. He stopped speaking to me. You know how that whenever we have it, it's only his speak out. So he will be quiet. He will not say anything. Even I was no, I'm cool. And that hindered the planning so far. Because if the clients are able to fully express this, they're just like, let's just be done. And the journey was too far. Their wedding is next month, July. Imagine we'll be talking to like January. So imagine enduring like 6 months of all of that behavior. So eventually we have to resolve it. Eventually we have to talk it through and all of that. But one day, I guess somebody that likes to talk, he has had it in his face. He has to say, it's not that I don't like talking. I'm not talking because this, then I just have to apologize. I realized that I didn't want to that one. I didn't have because I gave him immediately as I was hot. That was when I gave him. But I could have handled it in a way that another time I would just tell him. Sorry, I'll be sharing a lot of my stories because that is where and I realized that there's a way story gets to people's hearts more than just sharing theory, going to have GPT to write a presentation. When you share your personal experience, it hits home. That's why I'm sharing. It's not like just that I like storytelling. So that's why I'm sharing my experience. So it's very key mastering, understand people's emotions and how you also react to it. So I just learned from that because one thing you always do is every interaction with clients is a learning avenue. You always have to open your heart. There's always something new for you. That's the truth. I never take events. I never take the same event. Oh, we are used to events. If one event comes today, we have to listen clearly. And it's the same. But we have to listen clearly. People like people that listen and take notes. So it's very important in your work, all of these things. So when you take notes, details. So people are sucker for details. When you have someone that put your mind to some details, so you furthermore endears them to you. So in conclusion for the responses and reactions, so how you react to situations can determine what happens next. That's why it's always nice to work on yourself, know your triggers, know the environment that amplifies whatever emotions in you. So you can be talking to someone now. You can be another thing I've been able to do is you can be having a conversation with a client and maybe you can see where the exchange is going, you can put up the phone or leave it and not reply and come back to it later. And the person might feel like you. If you, I promise you, by the time you reply later, even you know that if you had responded earlier, it would have been different responses. So response is very important, more than in the creative sphere. In our life journey, sometimes maybe someone says something, you want to respond, you just hold yourself. You just hold yourself. Some people that are hard work with Holy Spirit, I see that meme around me. You know, people say, I want to talk, but Holy Spirit is holding my mouth. Maybe you want to lash somewhere, just hold you back. You hold it in. So because it's not like you don't have what to say, but God knows, the Spirit knows better than that time. That's not what to say. That's not the best time to react. So it's good that we master our emotions in human relations. Yeah, the next point is I wanted to share a story in that aspect. So there was this client that reached out to me in the early days of planning. I didn't have like a package like that. So when people come, all your guests, I just give them price. So I gave this babe price. She said, okay. She went to, and now she said, I've not heard back from you now. She said that, yeah, but I was really flowing well with her. She said that, yeah, that she has gone with someone. She said, why? She said, you did not, we had the budget. You have told me, you said you did not ask. I said, it's fine. I hope you have a nice one. This babe now came back with us. She said, can I say something? What can you do that? And can I point out some things to you? Then there were some things that she saw from this other plan that I did not have. See, the industry, except you attend workshops, nobody will give you that. Nobody will open up to you 100% like this is what I do. Nobody. So she, from my interaction, she was able to tell me that how about you have this, you have that, so that I can have this in perspective. So imagine she said, I'm not working with you again. And I just left her on edge. Or someone gave her some kind of attitude that, wow, after all my... So the response I gave her and the way I flowed down through that process, it helped that say, okay, can I just correct something? Okay, maybe next time you do, because you can learn from anybody. You need to be able to learn, even clients. You can learn from them. If a client likes you sometimes, especially clients that maybe have this stability in the industry, they'll give you tips. I've seen you work like this one I just did. There was maybe that babe said that, so thank you for her. Then I put it into this, I'm not going this that I did for our services and all of that. So it even say this on top, how people come. Just it will save you plenty of job. Because after if not, you will talk, and sometimes you say others. Yeah. So it will be in your own benefit. So another key point I want to talk on is being a person of the word, having integrity. I understand that the word is the way it is. People don't care about the laws. People do anyhow because some people get away with it. So, but it's still key because all of these things they have reward. The Bible says, "Do not be wearing in good time." I'm sorry. So that's where I draw my own inspiration from. I draw it like my own life manual. So I have quotes from it that works, even in context. It's not even mentioned Jesus. It just says, "Do not wear it in good way, for in due season you will reap the reward." So it's always good to be good. The word might not encourage it, but it's always good to have integrity. So integrity will make you last in the workplace. It will really work for you. So when customers for us now, when it comes to prices and all of that, you see some planners padding budget, and people do it to get money. Say, what they pay me is they pad it. Sometimes when photographer tells you 100K, you can't get 900. Maybe if they have access, the clients will not come themselves to ask photographer will just be like, it's a client, so they just give them price. So how do you want to defend yourself in that kind of scenario? It's always good to have integrity. When you have integrity, you're a person of your word. When you say your pictures after events, 2 weeks, 2 weeks is 2 weeks. Yeah, you say your album will be ready in 1 month, 1 month. In fact, if it is earlier, that is even better. So you have to be a person of your word, not the one. Those are the things that will save you from dragging on social media. If you don't stick to your word, if you most of the time you see them drag you photograph, it's a thing of, we have done our wedding since last year, this person has not given us. And I find a kind of connecting line between artisans and creatives. Those people lie a lot. They are not truthful, and creatives are finding a way into that place too. So like not delivering, not sticking to timelines and all of that. So you have to just decide that okay, I'm not going to be this person. So all of those things will set you apart. Yeah, like and always leave a good impression with clients. It was like that baby that came back to me that told me, "Oh, you have a good attitude." It's because I left a good impression on her. Because those people now can go on. I think in these are business. You know what? How you are sold. The marketing way that sells you the most is word of mouth. So that is why your human relationship, your customer relationship skills has to be on point. The impression you leave with people, they will not forget. They will not, oh, I met that person is a pleasant person to work. They will not forget. And that's how they have gotten, the biggest jobs I've gotten so far in event planning have come through word of mouth. People refer it because now there's plenty photographers. There's plenty, if you look at, if I see how you edit, I can easily show you like maybe 3-4 photographers that use the same style. It's on the internet, everybody, almost everybody's trying to copy everybody now. What will make you stand out? What will make you stand out is sometimes it's impression you give of people. Your kind of person, your character. That's what makes you stand out. And people will not know all of those things by going through your page. Because sometimes people have options. They are conflicted on how to make a decision. So but they just speak to a friend that how far they find photograph. No, it's this person was good. Then go on now that you're even already the options that the person was looking at. Straight away, no doubt about it. So that's always the thing. Word of mouth, like it sells. So that is why you cannot afford to joke with human relationships. It is very key to learn how to manage and master it. So another thing I want to say is that in your trade secrets or your sacred practices, there are those things that give you your own unique touch. So because what separates me in the industry, this flood of photographers, how am I being able to, your secrets. So they are the ones that make you stand out amidst the multitude. And those are also the things. Those are also the things that will distinguish you in your work. Because every business has its own trade secrets. Like people that cook now, you will know that if you see 5 people that cook, their food does not taste the same. Everybody has a secret ingredient that they don't make cooking. I've seen where caterers are cooking. People do all these caterers that will go with other people that will helping them to this. When it's time to season meat, it's the caterer set that will put seasoning inside. Because that's a secret. It doesn't expose it to the people that are working with that. As style. So whenever you taste meat from our food, you can tell that this is this person's seasoning. But you might not be able to point your hand on per head. You cannot be able to put your hand on the ingredient. But you can easily tell that this meat is from this person's kitchen because I have tasted our food very well. Even as I'm talking, I can remember one picture like that in my head. I can easily tell the taste of our meat because our seasoning is different. So boy, you don't expect to go to them and they say, I just know, they will not. That's what, if you tell people, that's all. People start doing it like you. That's why I feel like in the industry, people are not very open with their own secrets. So that babe was able to tell me what she saw from another planner because I had a good impression on her. It kind of gave me someone's good secret. If I went to the planner herself and say, how far? I mean, I have industry friends, but what we do for ourselves is majorly like collaboration, tying loose ends. But to give it to nobody, if you come to me now, I'll tell you to go to event school. Go and learn from the basics and just, somebody still called me yesterday, how much do you charge for this? Like for this kind of guest size? I guess she wanted to get event. I did not give her a figure. I did not. I just kept telling her. how long are you going to plan the event? Your coordinators, how much are you going to pay them? I say, oh, you see all those factors. Oh yeah, use it to arrive at the price. So because those things that once you are charging the same thing, and the funny thing is you are not even the one charging the most. And now the one charging the most in the industry. So but once you let it out, the person can even put there. One time I saw a planner complain about this. I think her pricing is leaked. So because she was a leading person now, everybody was copying her. Everybody was not, she was like, isn't that these people don't think? They don't say word for word copy. So in summary, the impression you leave with people, it will go a long way. It's also very important. Okay, think of how you handle your customers as one of your sacred practices. So I have this planner that on Twitter, I just follow her. I do it with my personal account. So one day she was saying something. Okay, she posted a client's review. And one of the things the client said was, I love how you always pray for us after every transaction. You know we now, when you pay every vendor, you see it. That thing touch that person's heart. I mean, imagine as a planner, you now send money, you gave me money that, oh yeah, pay for our caterer, then you pay, thank you, God bless you. The money is not coming to your pocket, but you still pray for them, you still send them for you. People are like, okay, where did you come from? You know, that's our own, one of our trade secrets. So if that client did not put it out, you will not know. You just collect. Some people they are not even well mannered. When you give them, pay them, you just see. Okay. Received. No appreciation whatsoever. I mean, I'm just like, it's always somehow. So, but to see a planner that, you know, you are not giving, the money is not coming to her pocket, but she still goes out of her way to say, thank you, God bless you, God bless your pocket. I stole the idea of it's trying to add it to it too. Because that's one of our secrets that will not be out in the open. So, it's just one of those things. It's one of those You want to say something?
No. I'm sure you are angry.
Yes, I am. So another thing is that you need to treat your clients like actual human. Let them be human touch. Human touch. Don't just be robotic when dealing with them. It's not the pay money. I've seen the money and just that. Understand, have meetings with them. Understand their vision. Sometimes they just want to have it. What do you know? I mean, you have your own protocol. You have how you work. You have all of those things. But still listen to your client. They might have concepts that you like. They might have concepts. Just listen to them. Let them feel among. Let them feel heard. And don't use generic templates. Don't just be saying Mr. Sometimes, you know, when you call their name, personal this thing. So reference past conversations and you tailor your communication to their specific needs. They are not saying they want to do this and suggest another type of furniture. So a personalized touch makes them feel valued and understood. So I remember a client one time when after their wedding and all of that, we were going to do what's it called? I did a flyer with a promo. So it was called the Name Your Price promo. So we were using their picture, our promoting ad. She came to me one day and she was like, our husband does not feel comfortable with that thing, that their faces everywhere. I'm like, oh, okay. And we were done with their wedding. I could say where I was like, okay, I just archived this. I mean, good for me. It was at the end of the campaign that we did. I just archived it. If you see it, I'm not sure if I can still find it on my page. I respected their decision. So that way, they feel seen, they feel heard. So people feel valued like that. Another point is if you give discounts when you work, do the good job. Give discount because you want to. Don't give discount because it's trendy or you just want to get past it. Give discount. That's what I used to tell clients. If you want to give what works for you, because you still have to do the full job. Don't do any rush and say, I'm giving them discount. It works for you, that's why you give it. If it does not work for you, it's better to let the job go than not deliver your free work. Because sometimes the jobs that even bring you jobs sometimes are jobs that you are not even any more on. It might not be that client, it might be someone that saw the job, someone that was there. So it's very to always strive in your heart. You are always going to deliver the best. You don't know where your work will get to. Some places where you will not be is your work that will speak for you there. And then you need to train your team after this 1 point and I'm going, you need to train your team in the art of communication. So especially if your team has to interface with your clients at any point, there are some leads that they are the only ones that talk to their customers for a head. So, but if there's any way, maybe you have a customer care team that talks to your clients ahead before they even talk to you. You need to train them in the art of talking. I've seen plenty things online that people will say they'll be posting them, they'll be talking to them, and the owner will come back and beg that please give your own enough. Do you know how many of that the owner will know this? So you have to be careful the people you assign in position of your customer care. So and then finally, always ask for reviews. Always ask for reviews when you work with people. So the reviews helps you see from the customer's angle, and it captures their experience, their journey with you. But like that woman that I said, I was telling the client that how you always pray for us, it touches my heart. I was describing their journey. That these few months of this thing that we had with you, it really touched my heart. As some people say that no, that photographer put their all in the work. I can see the way some people will be very absent-minded. They just sit there, when they come to bed, they tell their boys to take a picture. And someone said they have to. I said stand up and go and take. The guy is dancing. You go and collect camera now. And I said okay, I stand up. Well, not my event, but because I know him. So never get to the point where you are just comfortable with average. So this valuable information, the reviews, that can be also be put back in your business. If someone tells you that you are good over, I just think you need. In my very first event, my second event, one of the things the bride told when I asked her for review, she said you just need to learn to delegate. I mean, because it's my work, I'm like, everybody can carry it. So I was running around. He said, oh, you're running. She said, you need to learn to delegate work. Which is what I've eventually learned to do. It's not the event we run around. Oh yeah, you be in charge of this. If anything happens, I know what to do. If I heard that the couple did not eat, it's you that will hold like this. So all of those things makes you better. Reviews are very, very good for you. It's also a testimonial of your. If you go to my page, the first line, my pin post are reviews from clients. So even if you are in doubt and you get to my page first, when you see somebody say, you are the best, you gave us the best, okay, I'm in good hands. So on this note, I hope I've been able to don't be so much of thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Samuel, you can use my phone for this session. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Okay, you someone want to have your ask a question? Are you the one? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much. So how do you, like as a planner, you have great card, you have your fees, but that's all the fee you get. You don't get like profit, because I know some people that do this where maybe photographer, like for instance, the photographer is charging 100K, you tell me yes, what this person is charging this, you say another amount. I used to think that that's when you get their own profit, maybe not really from the planning. I don't know.
So what I've come to learn in that regard is that when you charge well. So when you charge well, you will be able to give. Whenever sometimes I work with business discounts, I'm able to give the client those discounts. So okay, they are paying me well. So that kind of thing happens. I'll not lie, some people are greedy. I will not take that away. So despite they are charging well, they still want to see money from all of those things. But the solution is if you charge well, if you collect money, I have a friend that was complaining that whenever I go to my event, I come back, I don't used to bring food. I don't used to bring anything. I think they are paying me, I'm fine. I don't need to run after anything. If I'm with the client now say, I'm in charge of everything, it's not like I can't take food. I'm like, they paid me. So if you charge well, that's one of the secrets I've realized recently. If you charge well, you will not be faced by all of those things. If you're a person of integrity, you will not bother to pack budget. You will not bother. But some people will give you this kind of small money. Then you think that this man is very, they know where to catch. They know where to.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, you answer from a customer relation point of view, and you answer from the photographer.
Okay.
So you go for the job, you have an assistant who is disrespected by someone at the event. How do you balance walking away, like you said, and also letting them understand that you are the owner of your business, making them respect your business, and also you being respectful as well. Then the second one, you talked about discount. Give discount or do the job. You give the discount, and somehow you do more than expected. Now you feel like I want to recover the discount that I gave. So how do you get to recover that from a customer relation point of view? Give you answer from the photographer's point of view. Would you advise that as a creative you go ahead to get back that discount?
So how do you want to get back the discount?
Because of what I
The
said.
job is done. No.
Okay,
Yes, you
I-
said
let
something.
me
You
talk
said
first.
something. Okay, you said
So
something.
one
like
thing about business is you need to understand analysis of business. You need to understand analysis of business, and you need to know when to act and when to react. So when you understand that, it's going to, there are jobs that you do that you will give discount to the client, and you also give discount to the planner, because I think there's one work that we did and we gave discount. So one thing you need to understand is there are some job, me, if I'm working with planner, I give discount to you. And the reason why I give discount with planner, job that client directly will come to me for $1 million. If planner says take 900, I'm going to take it. You know why? Because I'm building a relationship with the planner. I think we met on the job. They booked me, the couple booked me differently, and you were the planner. And in fact, that day I wasn't the one working. I just came to drop my boys at the hotel and went to my own hotel. I came to the reception when they are done, came to pick them, and we're coming back from the island. So I was not there. But eventually, I'm sure you saw the pictures, you liked the picture. Abi, you like the picture?
I think that's the only reason we are still working.
So then she called us again, and she's calling, and we have events that we are working on. So when it comes to planner, I don't recover my money. I use it to build a relationship, even if I don't gain on that job. It asks me if I can give 200k discount for planner, because I know that planners are people that when they want to meet people, the first people they meet is their planners. They don't meet photographers first. They won't, because if they are coming for consultation, they are not coming to photographer for consultation. It's now that we are trying to do consultation. They are the one that do consultation. You need photographer, you need good hotel, you need makeup artist, you need this, you need that. Check it. They will now start asking them that, okay, do you have vendors that we can use, or we should get our vendors and connect them to you? They will now be the one to say, oh, yes, we have. That's why if you have 20 planners, you might not need to do ads anymore. That's a fact. I only have 5 planners, like 5 planners that once they send here like this, they don't send, hi, hello, how you doing, all those stuff. They don't have time. Once I see a message like this, P, the next I'm going to see, so date is free, yes. She has my rate card. She won't even ask me for rate card. They have our rate card. They don't ask us for rate card. And those people don't like to communicate with sales manager directly. Where's the boss? I'm changing, after this workshop, I'm changing to a private line. And the amazing thing is that before even I move to private, I've saved the planners that I have on my private line already, even before I move to private line. So all the planners I have right now, they are already on my private line, because my private line is actually not private, but it's not accessible to everybody. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I give discounts to planners. You understand what I'm saying? Because imagine, how many weddings do you do in a year? An idea. So she does 20 weddings, and because she's a good planner, she knows how to maintain vendors well. Maybe there for 10 or 15, they will tell you to provide vendors. Imagine for 10 or 15, she give me 10. Another planner, 10 or 15, she give me 10. Another planner, 10 or 15. What do you want to recover, Oga? owó lélẹ̀ ilé owó money that you are supposed to be spending on Instagram ads you are seeing it ilé owó lélẹ̀ yìí because these ones are not coming through Instagram they are not even asking you what have you done before they work with you they have evidence in their mouth use him is good that's all you don't use him is not good that's all ayé ẹ bàjẹ́ nìyẹn no time you don't get what I'm saying so when Ghana send me there's a job we are going for good both schools on the this thing so the planner asked me for price for real price for that thing I sent it she now said okay no problem the client want to charge you and this and this I sent a bigger price she now said that why did you say I said that is the standard rate I charge people this is your rate as planner she now said that the rate as planner said P you remove 30,000 naira from this thing well that is their budget I said yes ma'am and immediately I said yes ma'am she said okay immediately I say okay I just see her like she didn't even ask for my account number ask her I like you don't have my account number they have your account number they are not asking for they are not the one that are asking for invoice before they pay you and you don't keep to your policy when you are dealing with planners you keep to their policy they tell you deliver in 2 weeks work and deliver in 2 weeks now why can't you work and deliver in 2 weeks do everything and deliver in 2 weeks we the job that we did together I said we are going to deliver in 1 month we deliver in 2 weeks I was one calling to even beg you that I want to deliver abimoparo 2 weeks job has ready but their planner that doesn't mean you should delay customer job because I have some people see let me tell you something when you understand when you understand customer relationship one thing you understand there is kado shalabo shatapakandalaba kado shalaba thank God I just received one mighty message on my phone I don't know why I wear this wristwatch today you understand what I'm saying I got a call last night by one of governor's officials politician officials